In a contract, you're actually not allowed to discuss PEDs. No,
In a contract, you can't say that you're on them.
I believe so.
Wow. Today, we've got a man who's cut from a very different cloth.
I had no confidence.
A 5 times Classic Physique champion, a walking embodiment of discipline.
I was a chubby boy in school.
Were you?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, would you? I remember going on multiple holidays and not taking my jumper off, not taking my jacket off. I used to tell my friends that I was allergic to chlorine to avoid the pool.
Story of my life.
And I joined the gym. My goal was just to get skinny. I ran until my nose started bleeding.
Sorry?
I ran till my nose started bleeding. Steroids are the most easily accessible they've ever been in history.
Yeah.
Tend to see kids in the gym who are 16, 17 who are on things.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't agree with it.
What is one unspoken health consequence that nobody talks about publicly in bodybuilding?
It'd probably be
Welcome to the Legacy Podcast. Today, we've got a man who's cut from a very different cloth and stitched in a pair of electric blue trunks that make me even question my life choices. A 5 times Classic Physique champion, an online coach, a walking embodiment of discipline. He lives and breathes the golden era, but with a modern twist. A headband of destiny and a mindset built on resilience, hunger, and unapologetic passion. From embracing life's challenges head on to building a brand rooted in authenticity, humor, and an elite physique. He's one of a kind. A man who proves you can chase greatness, but still enjoy the flavors of life. As long as you train like a savage, like he says. Ladies and gentlemen, Haydon Woodcock.
Haydon Woodcock.
Hello, Haydon.
Hello, George.
You look very comfortable there.
I'm always very comfortable.
Are you?
Yes.
Unless you're on the leg press.
Even that's mostly comfortable until the last few seconds.
You really like a leg press.
No, I actually hate the leg press. It kills me.
So why is it when I watch your Snapchat or your Instagram stories, you look like you absolutely love it?
I have to make everyone think that I love it because it makes them more chancy to do it.
Right.
Really.
So you're doing it to make people do it themselves?
Well, I'm doing it to get bigger legs. If somebody else wants
Obviously.
bigger legs and they do it themselves, then great. But
Yes.
I'm mostly doing it because I need bigger legs.
You need bigger legs.
Need bigger legs, yeah.
So tell everyone the life story of Haydon. Where did this whole bodybuilding obsession come from?
Gosh, okay, so I initially joined the gym in 2015. I was a chubby boy in school. I didn't have any confidence. So
You were chubby?
I was chubby, yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, would you?
No.
I had no confidence. I remember going on multiple holidays and not taking my jumper off, not taking my jacket off. I used to tell my friends that I was allergic to chlorine to avoid the pool.
Story of my life.
And so I joined the gym and my goal was just to get skinny. So I dropped like 4.5 stone. I went down to like 10 stone, I think it was. Don't work in stone anymore.
How do you do that?
I was basically just running every single day on the treadmill. I'd walk into the gym, I'd run for like 45, 50 minutes, and I'd walk out of the gym. It wasn't very cool.
No.
I remember I ran so much at one point that I ran till my nose started bleeding, and I just carried on running.
Sorry?
I ran till my nose started bleeding.
But you continued?
Continued, yeah. You gotta get it done.
I do think that's probably part of what you are as a person,
A
really.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just continue through the nosebleeds.
Right.
Not for the last time either. So I carried on doing that for ages until I got very skinny, and I thought I probably need to start doing some training to get a bit of muscle. So I'd then go into the gym, run for 45 minutes, and I'd go and do some dumbbell curls. I'd do that for a few months. And then eventually I was like, I should probably do a bit of chest as well. So I'd run, do some dumbbell curls, a bit of chest press. Did that for a few months. And I was like, right, probably need to do a bit of back. Obviously, the back came into it. And then I split them down. And I'd run and do a bit of arms, run, do a bit of chest, run, do a bit of back. And then after like 2 years of that, I was like, I probably should do a bit of legs now. Probably why I have small legs now.
You don't have small legs, Haydon.
Well, smaller than my upper body, and we'll put it that way. So I eventually built myself a routine. And then I started watching like fitness YouTubers. It actually began by watching Brandon Harding, interestingly enough.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
Hi, Brandon.
It's a very interesting story, this. And so I followed his first prep, and then I went to Body Power in 2016 to watch his first show. And I remember thinking, that is incredible. I want to do that next year. So I went on a big bulking phase. It got to like January, and I was like, it's a bit close now because Body Power was in May, I believe. But I did find a coach in a gym up my end called Old School Gyms. The coach's name was Zach Leeson. And he was like, let's do it. So I ended up doing a prep, and I was on stage at Body Power the following year at the same venue that I watched Brandon at, which was cool. And that kicked off my bodybuilding journey. I was doing men's physique, which I don't do anymore. The following year, I did junior bodybuilding. I did 4 competitions that year, I believe, and I placed second in British finals in UK BFF, I think it was. And then I took a good few years off. I planned on taking 2 years off, but it ended up being extended because of COVID and injuries and me just wanting more time off. And I eventually returned back to stage in 2024. And that's when I won my first show. It was Brennan Harding's show. Bit of a full circle moment.
That really is.
It continues circling round because obviously the following year he decided to sponsor me, and then I did my first expo this past weekend with Brennan Harding on his stand at the same venue which he did his first show in.
What, you were on the stand?
Yeah.
Oh, funny that, because you were walking around half the time talking.
Well, that is the stand. The hard body was the whole expo. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So my basically.
So you're like a flyer, man.
I'm a flyer. Yeah, I'm a floater.
Right.
So my objective being there was just to walk around and meet people and enjoy the expo as a hard body athlete.
Right. Did you have a massage, I believe?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Is that part of the job role?
Yeah, so that's part of the job role of being a hard body athlete. You must get a massage everywhere you go.
Okay.
It wasn't the best massage I've ever had in the world, sadly.
Why was that then?
It wasn't very deep. I like it deep, George.
Do you like the pain of it?
Less so that I like the pain of it, and more so that I like the results of a sufficient massage.
And what on earth does that do?
So it's going to obviously flush a lot of the waste out of your system. It's going to loosen off all the muscles that are going to be tight, because obviously training over a period of time, you will slowly tighten up, and a tight muscle you can't train properly. So
obviously,
you know what I'm saying? So you need to kind of loosen them off to actually be able to properly train these muscles. If you just train with a tight muscle for a period of time, you will end up with some form of imbalance because they won't grow properly.
But I think you are very symmetrical. If there's anything that says symmetrical, it's Haydon Woodcock.
That's because I get massages.
Oh.
Yes.
Is that the key?
I think building a symmetrical physique is going to be a combination of a million things. You know, one of them being not tight on one side, one of them having an appropriate training program, one of them, you know, having maybe a correct structure in which all of your muscles are actually being loaded efficiently, in the sense that, you know, if you've got long clavicles, certain things may be loaded better than others. And I'm probably just waffling a bit of bullshit now, but I think building a symmetrical physique is just done over time and paying close attention to what's growing and what isn't, and then adjusting as you move.
Because obviously you might not think this, right, but 99% of the population haven't got a clue when it comes to the intricacies and the methods. I call them methods, but they're absolutely madness. But just kind of roll it back to me in terms of, you know, you as a child growing up. Do you think you were always destined to be in bodybuilding and have this just incredibly obsession with it?
Definitely not bodybuilding. I think if you had met me as a child,
I'd love to.
God, I really was not sport orientated at all. Like,
no,
I've never liked sports, never liked PE. I actually hate a lot of sports. Football, for example, I find very boring.
You?
Yeah. Working in a pub for 2.5 years made things difficult. But I'm a guy, I never really feel awkward. So when somebody was like, who do you think's going to win on the football tonight? I would just tell them I do not like football, and then just wait for them to then eventually dissipate from the area.
Because basically the other day, because obviously Matt and Jamie were up in Muscle Hut in Dubai, and then they were going through all these different types of equipment. And funny you say that about football, because they said, "Oh, we've got Arsenal coming into Muscle Hut," and I thought, Arsenal. I was like, "How have you got the football team there?"
The whole football team.
Yeah, and then they just looked at me stupid, and they were like, "George, you do know that's a brand of equipment?"
Yes, it is. Arsenal equipment is very good, actually.
Yeah, I was none the wiser.
I thought you were on about the football team at first.
Well, no, that's what I was getting to. And then everyone just looked at me as if to say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I think a gym brand would be more making sense than a football team in a gym.
Well, I would have thought so, because I don't really know what they'd be getting up to in there.
Probably training on Arsenal equipment.
Yeah.
I hope Arsenal train on Arsenal equipment. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, put two and two together and get Haydon Woodcock.
You fucking do, mate.
Yeah.
You fucking do.
And with the bodybuilding industry as it is, give me an idea from your perspective why it's become so ridiculously popular now. Because 5-10 years ago, would you be seeing 18-year-olds, you know, swinging around in bright blue trunks to Adele, Love Is a Game? Probably not.
Probably not.
Why is it happening now?
It sort of begs the question as to whether or not bodybuilding itself has got more popular, or due to obviously social media making things more visible, it may be giving the illusion of being more popular. I know that there is obviously more people competing now than ever before. However, I think the drastic difference in it seeming more popular is just because it's more visible to everybody.
So social media, you think, is perpetrating their scaling 100%. Of bodybuilding?
Social media is making everybody, giving everyone the ability to see what's going on everywhere, not just in your city, so that you can watch like the Olympia from home without having to wait months and months and months for a magazine. It? I do if I'm awake. I was awake for this one for the first time ever.
I was to see Mr. Ryan Terry get his...
I did, actually.
Third medal in a row.
Yeah, and it was very expected, to be honest with you, especially watching the actual show.
What did you think of between them two then? Because obviously, it's a very different setup compared to the UK. I didn't realise that. They all go up for their pre-judging.
Yeah.
And then they bring them on, hours and hours later?
Hours later, yeah. So, a lot of pro shows have pre-judging and finals where there'll be a big separation between the two. It never happens in the UK, particularly in amateur shows. It may happen in some pro shows, I believe. Mm-hmm. But the setup in America is very different across all aspects of bodybuilding, even down to the stage. It's all felted.
Felted?
Yeah, like carpeted.
Carpeted?
Yeah, it's lovely.
What on stage?
Yeah.
So how do you, if you're doing that then in your classic or open, how do you, glide around the stage?
Well, it's not going to be too dissimilar to a hard floor. I actually find posing on a hard floor to be quite difficult because it can be quite slippy, meaning it can be quite difficult to get traction through your feet without your feet just sliding across the floor. It can be quite hard, obviously, so when you're getting down on your knees, it can be quite painful on the oldie kneesies, whereas if it was carpeted, it's less painful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would love to actually compete on a carpeted stage.
Well, I don't think it's your first time getting on your knees on the carpet, is it?
No, it isn't. It would be my second.
A second?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. I thought the number was a lot higher than that.
No. Just one off, Last night was first time, mate.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes.
Thanks for the information.
No problem.
And in terms of your family, right? What do they think about you going into this extraordinary industry? And obviously the fact that you've obviously morphed into... I can't even describe what you would be. I'm going to say some sort of...
Cool kid.
What?
Cool kid.
Megatron.
I'll take Megatron.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, my family are very supportive of it. I think.
Are they?
Yeah. I have quite a small family. It's pretty much just me, my mum, and my dad. All of my grandparents are no longer with us. And all of my aunts and uncles are not too close. My mum's brother is become closer, but... none of them we speak to on a very, very close basis. But my mum and dad in particular are very supportive of it. They were confused at first, obviously, because it was very out there for me. I went from pretty much just being someone who sat in their room for 10, 12 hours a day, just gaming, just going between bowls of cereal.
You're not one of them, like Minecraft and...
I loved Minecraft, mate.
Really?
Yeah, I'd still play Minecraft now.
Why?
It's great.
Do you not
find freedom?
Freedom? Yeah. What, sat behind the computer with head?
Well, I'm not just there enjoying being sat behind a computer. I'm there enjoying the game.
Well, no, I understand that, but I just don't understand the concept at all. And isn't there other people from all over the world on there?
There can be. Obviously, in terms of gaming, Minecraft's very different.
Is that not the one I'm on? What's the one I'm on about with all the people, they're joining together, you make friends?
Well, there's lots of games that are multiplayer.
Right.
I used to play a lot of Call of Duty, which is probably more similar to what you're thinking, where you just go into servers and there's random people in the servers, whereas...
Do you know these people?
Some of them, not a lot of them, though. The people that you know are the ones that you tend to, plan to play with. So
right.
you, link up, get into a party, and then you go in together. Otherwise, you'll be pretty much just going into... rooms and servers with people whom are completely random, put together by the game.
That's a bit like Omegle, is it not?
Yeah, except you can't see them and you're not just kind of, doing inappropriate things on camera. You are just shooting them and stuff, which is far better.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? More respectful.
Right, okay. Yeah. If you want to go with that, that's fine.
I think so.
Yeah. Because the thing is I've learned with bodybuilders is they all have quite unique hobbies. Should we say?
Yeah.
Dare I ask what yours is, apart from gaming?
I would say my biggest hobby, I don't play many games. I don't have time. I maybe play an hour of gaming once every 3 to 4 months, if I can, if I'm lucky.
I'm so sorry that you're so busy.
I accept your apology. But I would say my main hobby outside of bodybuilding would either...
Hi guys, sorry to interrupt you there, but I thought I'd introduce you to our official brand sponsor, Never Count Reps. Now, this brand comes in 3 fantastic flavors, packed with 8,000 milligrams of citrulline malate for those who absolutely love to blow their heads off, and it gives you a sustained release of energy. So if you want to try this bad boy, I'll give you the code George20 at checkout. Let me know how it goes. Like, subscribe, comment, and get back to your episode.
Be traveling and or food.
Do you not just think food is probably the number one thing?
More than likely. But I like coupling them together. Obviously, food is more accessible than travel constantly.
Well, obviously, but give people a better idea about why you are so obsessed with food, because I've never seen anything quite like it.
You know what? My coach says the same thing. He says he's never seen anybody with like a food obsession like myself.
No, I know.
But the strangest thing is I have obviously a food obsession, but I also have complete control over it. So like I'm not
You
going...
do you?
Yeah, fully.
I do in many, many, many different ways.
Good, I hope so. But yeah, so obviously I can go and do a 30-week prep and not have a single off-plan meal. And as much as I'll miss the off-plan meals, it's not like I'm sitting there struggling not to have an off-plan meal. When I have an objective and the goal is to be on stage, then I'm not going to have a single thing that my coach has not told me to eat. Whereas obviously in an off-season or when I'm not in prep, I will tend to have at least an off-plan meal weekly, which usually ends up being quite large, I would say. Starter, main, dessert times 2.
How many calories do you eat a day?
At the moment, it's 4,000.
What is the most amount of calories you've ever been on?
What, just regularly on?
Well, yeah.
Just probably like 5,000 a day.
5,000?
Yeah. I would like to be on that now. I'm... Very hungry.
You're hungry on 4?
Very hungry, yes.
Right.
Very hungry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your metabolism is just like a furnace, really.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm a high food guy. So like my food throughout prep was high.
Yeah.
I spent the last 10 weeks of my prep on 4,000 calories with no cardio. I'm actually strangely on less food now than I was for my last 10 weeks of prep.
Amazing.
It is amazing and upsetting.
Why?
Well, I'm in a health phase now, so I have less anabolics going into my system, meaning
Touchy subject, that one.
Touchy subject, meaning my body will just naturally process food differently, and I will need less food to obviously sustain my body weight. And also, I am not in the same composition I was in when I was 10 weeks out of show. Being in that composition, your body will just utilize every gram of food you eat, whereas now, obviously, my body has energy stores, which, so if I'm just banging in a lot of food every day with the energy stores already there, without the anabolics there to process that food, then a lot of that food is going to be stored as fat, which is just more fat to pull off in my prep, which means a longer prep. So by doing it this way, it means I can pretty much have a shorter prep and an easier prep, essentially.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's a really hard question, but in terms of the world of steroids and anabolics within this industry, it is probably the only sport in the world that is, I'm going to say embracing of it, but that's probably the wrong term. How would you describe the use of it within the industry at its current time?
Currently, I think it's very up and down with the industry, because at the moment, steroids, anabolics, PDs are the most easily accessible they've ever been in history. Like, if you speak to some of the older gentlemen in the gym who maybe are 60 odd, they will tell you their experience of finding anabolics, and it would be pretty much, you need to go and find the big guy in the gym and mosey on up to him and try and ask him in a way that's not just like, you are a big druggie, and you've got to try and find it that way. Whereas now it's very easy to just get a number and get several different labs available sent to your front door.
Labs?
Yeah. So labs being, the companies which produce these anabolics.
Are they the underground labs? I think they are, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, I mean, a lot of them, even though they're called underground, they are going to be produced in a very pharmaceutical way. Like, it's not necessarily just... They've got a mop and they're stirring things in the bathtub
I know
anymore.
that. I'm thinking Breaking Bad, but that's probably the wrong...
It's not going on in the caravan, unfortunately, with underwear and stuff, although that would be very cool. I'm sure there are some brands which, you know, produce things in a very hazardous way, but these would not be the brands that I would recommend people using. But just to go back to your question, I think at the moment, probably anabolics are at their most, what's the word? Dangerous.
They're prolific at the
They're
moment.
very prolific. They're everywhere. You
Yeah.
tend to see kids in the gym who are 16, 17 who are on things.
And what is your thoughts on that? Because I find it astounding.
I mean,
And worrying.
There's multiple ways to look at it because, like, on
Is there?
paper, yeah, because everything is opinion based. Obviously, like I don't
But they're
agree.
16 and 17 and they've literally not even gone halfway through
Oh
their
yeah,
break.
no, I don't agree with it. I don't think they should be on there.
No.
But in the same sense, you'll get people looking at people on the Olympia stage who are like 22, 23, thinking, "Oh my God, they are, you know, the best thing since sliced bread," not knowing that obviously they have been on these things since they were like 16 odd.
But do you not think that all these big pros, right, all the ones that are being touted by things like Gymshark, VQ Fit, not that I'm saying it's anything bad, but, you know, even with the likes of all the other supplement brands, you know, I think Gymshark's the biggest one, most of their athletes are in such incredible shape. But when I say that, I don't say it lightly. I mean, it is like they are an extraterrestrial species.
Yeah.
That obviously, how do I say it? That promotes a certain ideal body type that
Yes.
then it gives a huge impression to the youngsters. For all intents and purposes, they're saying that they're natural because there's nothing stating that they're on anything.
Yeah.
So there is a disconnect between the truth and the false reality that's going on in the clothing market industry, especially on social media.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, I know. Well, I don't. I'm fairly certain that I have been told that in a Gymshark contract you're actually not allowed to discuss PEDs. Whether that's completely true or not, I can't confirm. But I know
In a Gymshark contract, you can't say that you're on them.
I believe so.
Wow.
Yeah, which is wild because you are right. You will have kids looking at this going, I want that physique, and the physique being one that is totally unobtainable without PEDs. So these guys can go and train for 10 years straight and do everything perfect and not achieve that physique, obviously leading to one of two things, either major disappointment or putting things in you, you know? So I do think that it is dangerous because people are being led out to believe that a certain thing is possible to achieve without these things. They're going down a very long path getting into the industry to try and achieve that physique. And then once you are, say, 8 years deep into bodybuilding and training as a natural, you are then more likely to go on anabolics than someone who has never trained before. So I think it is very leading what's going on. But I think it's also, sadly, just the name of the game. You know what I mean?
You think it's part and parcel of the industry and being in it?
Unfortunately.
And do you think it's going to get more rampant?
Well, I mean, the way that things seem to be going is people seem to be beginning to be more vocal about it. I think give it 5 more years, I think people will be far more transparent about it, but there will be still a lot of leading, especially towards the younger generation, because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's of my personal opinion that unless you wish to have this as your entire lifestyle and turn into a pro athlete, then I don't think you should be touching this stuff at all. Obviously, I have no judgment for people who do take PEDs and don't compete. I just don't think maybe it's the best life choice because you can use it in the most health conscious way possible, and there's still going to be a lot of risk placed upon your health and your body and life.
Yeah.
So.
And what are your thoughts on, I mean, who is your idol? Who is your hero bodybuilder? Who is the guy that you have either followed his journey or someone that you've plastered on your bedroom wall and thought, I want to be like him?
It's probably this guy, which everyone
will
know. It's Chris Bumstead.
No, we've never heard of him before.
Yeah, so Christopher
Bumstead.
Bumstead, Canadian Classic Physique, Mr.
And what
Olympia.
makes him, because you're talking to someone now, I know quite a lot about the industry. You know, he's a very good looking man. He's very tall.
He's a very good looking man.
I mean, I wouldn't say no. But
No, neither would I.
I mean, it's brilliant, isn't it? But what makes him so great? What is the essence of Chris Bumstead that separates him from the rest of the crowd?
Well, it's obviously very hard to quantify into any sort of short statement. Chris,
Quantify.
You are?
I love that. Quantify.
Quantify. Chris was the person who was at the top of the industry as I was pretty much entering the industry. You know, I believe his first win was either 2018 or 2019. Can't fully remember
What was the first one that you won? What federation competition?
That he won?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I mean, it would have been NPC, but I'm talking about his first Olympia win, you know.
So when was his first Olympia win?
It was either 2018 or 2019.
So has he always stayed Classic Physique?
He actually began in Open.
Did he?
Yeah, he turned pro in Open because Classic Physique's only been around since, I believe, 2016. So when he turned pro, Classic Physique, I believe, was not a thing, or it wasn't a thing where he was turning pro. So he turned pro in Open. And then Classic Physique, I believe the first competition was either 2015 or 2016. Can't fully confirm that right now.
No.
I believe the first winner was Danny Hester. And then obviously the second year, I believe Breon Ansley won it. And he won it for 2 or 3 years. And then eventually Chris took over from there and won it for like 5 consecutive years. But Chris was basically at the top of the industry for the entire time that I was getting into the industry, coming up in the industry and establishing myself in the industry. And he's someone who obviously, winning the Olympia will put you in the spotlight. And being put in the spotlight will do, you know, one of a few things to you. It will either bring out a lot of negative crap in you, or it will bring out a lot of positive stuff in you. And
with Chris Bumstead?
It's all positive by the looks of it. You know, he not only he's retired now, obviously, but not only was he a fantastic bodybuilder, not only was he blessed with a beautiful structure, a beautiful shape, a beautiful physique, but he's also
beautiful face.
A beautiful face and a beautiful mustache. He's also just, by the looks of it, a very lovely, family-oriented, you know, happy, genuine person. Obviously, you only go off what you see on the Instagram.
Can you imagine just seeing him walking into your bedroom and be like...
Right. Yeah, I'd like that. It's very nice. Walk in,
but you don't want to be like, he is just... I don't know, he's just something different.
He's got a lot of aura.
Yes.
Like,
but then when you hear him talk...
Yes.
You think, how on earth are you a bodybuilder? Because he is so innocent in the way he talks.
He's got a very soft voice.
Yeah.
A very soft voice.
Like he can sit in bed with me and read me a bedtime story.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm absolutely fine.
He's not like your classic, like, hello, I'm a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You know, he's got, like, this is the thing, Chris.
He really bucks the trend.
No, he does. And that's like, I don't try and be like Chris, but I think the reason that I relate to him so much is because I feel I can relate to him, you know? Because although I do love bodybuilding, I don't see myself as, you know, your standard bodybuilder. Like, I don't really, outside of the main pros and pro shows in the Olympia, I don't follow bodybuilding that much. I like doing things outside of bodybuilding when I'm not training and prepping myself. You know what I mean? I love things outside of bodybuilding.
Stuffing your face.
Stuffing my face. Going on travels. Chilling, you know, I love chilling.
I know.
It sounds terrible. I love days where I can just sit in, watch movies all day, snack, and have a good time that way, and just spend time with my family
I'm
and
so
friends.
different to you because I'm just...
A meathead.
What?
Just a meathead bodybuilder.
I am?
Yeah.
I'm a meathead bodybuilder.
Meathead bodybuilder.
You can do one. Such a lie. I'm 1,000 miles per hour, aren't I?
Yes, 1,500 miles an hour, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Because do you know what I can sense when I've been with you before? I can sense when there are times you're like, I can see it physically in your head. You're like, yeah, not today, George. I've had enough of you now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you are that type of person, though.
I can be.
I know you can be.
But I do also move at 1,000,000 miles an hour myself.
Do you?
Yes.
I would love to know when that happened.
I'm moving that fast now. You can't see.
Right. Okay. So it's all an illusion.
It's all an illusion.
Yeah.
I'm like the Flash.
Do you know what also is an illusion?
What?
Well, in my mind, what did you tell me at Fit Expo on Sunday, which absolutely blew my brains out?
Is it about the lengthening of my body?
My God.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else has heard this, but I would just like to clarify, I did not speak for a good half an hour after that.
George was speechless.
Yes.
Which is the first time in his life he's been speechless.
Yes.
So obviously, being a Classic Physique athlete, I am capped by a weight restriction, which is governed by my height. Depending on my height, dictates how heavy I can be at the weigh-ins and actually compete in the show.
Fair enough. We understand.
So my height that I'm always heighted at is 174.5 centimeters.
Right.
Which obviously is 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. But that allows me to be 88 kilos upon weigh-ins. At my last weigh-in, I was 87.85 kilos, so I was 150 grams under, and that was without eating pretty much all day. So obviously, I'm very close to the cap. So I looked where the next height increment was, and I thought it was 2.5 centimeters, but it's only 8 millimeters. So if I can be 8 millimeters taller, I could have 3.5 kilos extra within my cap, which is a lot of muscle. And classic physique athletes do this a lot via stretching themselves out on an inversion table or upside down in some way or another. Because obviously you've probably heard that when you wake up, you're a little bit taller because obviously throughout the night, your spine will decompress.
Yeah.
And it's basically utilizing that to just be a little bit taller. So if I can hang
But
upside...
going to sleep and being stretched out on the table are two very different things.
No, of course, but both of them are basically just relieving pressure off the spine. You know?
Are
obviously,
you sure?
Yeah. Like throughout the day, all of your joints throughout your body will slowly compress.
Okay.
And then through the night, they will slowly decompress. So if you can spend time actually decompressing them, so it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be 10 minutes a day, just hanging upside down. You can actually temporarily increase your height. So if I could be, like I say, 8 millimeters taller for them weigh-ins, then I am allowed to be 3.5 kilos heavier and still compete within classic physique.
Just go to Switzerland, bro, and just, you know.
You can do that, but that costs £20,000.
Oh, and obviously he's looked
Obviously,
into
I've
it.
looked. I've looked into how to lengthen everything. But yeah, leg lengthening is obviously a thing now. However, that would write me out of training legs for a long time.
How long?
Probably years.
Years.
Probably.
Why?
Like, well, because you are having your femur or, you know, the lower leg bone, whatever it's called, snapped, spread apart, and then held together via like scaffolding.
Oh my God.
External scaffolding outside the leg as well.
Wow.
Which does not leave you in a good position to comfortably leg press.
So you're just going for the inversion table?
Yeah, of course.
And what do? You lie on a table?
So basically, the table like secures your ankles, and then the whole table like flips, and then you're held upside down, then like Batman.
What else you haven't done as well?
In what sense?
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
Your spine decompressed.
Oh yeah, well that's the same. It's going to be there, isn't it? So obviously, what that will do is every joint from my ankle to my top of my head,
Right.
ankle, knee, hip, all of my vertebrae,
Head, shoulders,
neck,
knees and toes.
head, shoulders, knees, and
What's in my
toes.
head right now? Brilliant.
If I can just like open them up by even like a quarter of a millimeter, then that will give me the 8 millimeters I need to be.
And have you told your mum about this? And what does she think about that? She's like, yeah, go on, son. I'm really proud of you for that.
Well, you see, my mum is actually proud of me for anything I do.
No, I know, but that's a particular caveat that I'd be quite interested to hear from her about.
You know what? I will present the idea to her
Please do.
on video and send it to you.
Yes. No, send it to everyone.
Shall I send it to everyone?
Yeah, I do think
shall.
I do think we need to hear from the jury on that one.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because
no
apparently
problem.
everyone I spoke to within it for X was like, yeah, mate, it's absolutely fine. No
It
problems.
is. Yeah.
And I think I was the only one was like, has this world gone nuts?
Well, the world went nuts years ago, mate.
What?
The world went nuts years ago.
I know.
Need to catch up.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Brilliant.
Forgive.
This question now is going to hopefully blow my mind, and I think I know where I'm going to go with it. Obviously, we're on the Legacy podcast.
We are.
What does the word legacy mean to you in your personal life and in your competitive bodybuilding world?
The word legacy is essentially the thing that I believe you will be remembered for. It's the mark that you leave within the world that may, help other people believe they can do certain things. It may push other people to do certain things that they didn't think they were able to. But it is essentially, if you had a name on a gravestone, it may be the sentence underneath the gravestone.
That's what you think legacy is?
Possibly, yeah.
And what is going to be under the gravestone?
For me,
Yeah.
under my gravestone will likely be this guy loved sandwiches and training delts.
Right. I thought of a version table, but there we go. You know I'm never, ever doing that, don't you?
You're never going to do the inversion table.
Am I going to
You're
do
never going to
that?
get taller then, are you?
What?
You're never going to get taller then, are you?
I'm the perfect height for a man, thank you.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
6 foot.
Yeah, I've got shoes on.
Same height as me.
Yeah. Oh, so you're not 6 foot then?
No.
Well, there we go. Then why did you say 6 foot earlier?
That's what I let all the girls know.
Let all the girls know.
Yeah.
How's your love life?
What love life?
What?
All the men love me.
All
Only
men love you?
Yeah.
Are you gay?
I'm not, but the men think I am.
Right. Well,
Being a bodybuilder, you just get loads of messages from men.
yeah, how's that going for you?
Yeah, it's constant. So I
Give me
have
an idea about what they say. Come on, give me some
God.
good ones.
I mean, it goes from as simple as like you
Go
have
on.
the perfect ass to all the way up to the other end of, would you please send me a video of you having a wank on camera and I will give you £2,000.
Sorry,
Yes. Yeah, I've had that a lot.
did you consider that?
It was the easiest £2,000 I've ever made. I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. Yeah, no, I would never do that. I'll be honest with you. I would never do that purely based off the fact that, you know, you do stuff like that, it's on the internet forever. And then
Yeah, but you are just in trunks prancing around like fucking Cinderella. You know that, don't you?
I didn't.
What, you've got the blue trunks
Holy
on?
hell. No, obviously I knew that. But that is slightly less in your face than me sending you a video
it?
of me.
Well, I can see the outline of everything.
That's okay. You can see the outline of everyone's.
Yeah, I know.
But that can't be used against me on stage.
No.
Whereas I believe if I had a video out there of me doing explicit things, I do think it would have direct inference on my placings in shows.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. You are very touchy about that, aren't you? For obvious reasons. Because,
Obviously.
what did you say to me in for Expo as well? I said, how do you think you're going to do this season? What did you say?
I'm going to win.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I said, you sure about that, Haydon? Because, you know, life really does throw curveballs at you and nothing always goes to plan.
I am sure for men.
Right. And what gives you that ability to say that you're so sure?
Well, I think it would be a waste of time going into anything without the absolute belief that I'm going to win.
Bullshit. Give me the actual reason. Come on.
Well, you see, I have in the past 2 years done like 7 pro qualifiers.
Right.
Each of them I have been this close and being told that I just need a little bit more muscle in my legs. So
Oh, this is where the aversion table
this
came
is where
in.
the inversion table came in, because
Okay.
obviously a little bit more muscle requires more weight, and more weight would require a bit more height, and more height requires inversion tables. But I forgot the question.
Well, it's very simple.
Ask me again.
You know, where do you go, you know, in terms of you going pro, are you going to go pro this year?
Oh yeah, no, I am going to go pro this year. It's categorically done.
Categorically done.
Categorically done.
So what do you do after that then? You've got a pro card. Brilliant. Great.
Eat.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yes, sir.
This right now I'm going to test you here because I have got some
Food.
Well, no, I've got quick fire. No, not bloody food. Honestly, get that out of your brain. You've just eaten. You haven't. You haven't actually, have you?
No, I didn't.
So I have got some quick fire questions.
Yes.
And they can be quite controversial. Number one. What is one unspoken health consequence that nobody talks about publicly in bodybuilding?
One unspoken health consequence nobody talks about. Probably, well, I think one consistent health consequence would probably be gyno, but I think a lot of people talk about that. I don't know if you would call balding a health consequence, but I know that obviously there is a lot of younger deaths in the industry lately, whether it be via PD usage or else what. It's always unconfirmed, but there is also a lot of young death lately, not just within bodybuilding though, like within multiple sports, including football and stuff, which again could be due to a number of things. I believe due to maybe certain vaccines that were forced upon people years back.
Are you an anti-vaxxer?
I wouldn't say I'm an anti-vaxxer, but I am certainly someone who never did and never would get a COVID vaccine.
Right.
I'm scared of needles, mate.
Surely you can't be.
I'm not.
No, I knew that.
I'm just scared of publicly forced vaccines.
Yeah. Do you think... Who do you think is the worst coach in the industry at the moment?
Wow. The worst coach in the industry at the moment. In the UK or in the world?
Let's just go for the UK.
You have to give me a moment here. Oh, God.
And what a name and a reason why.
I can't publicly answer that.
You're going to have to.
You're going to cause me a lot of very bad drama if I answer this question.
Answer it, because I'll be the one taking it for you. I'll be your bodyguard.
I know who I want to say, whom I am categorically not going to say. So I'm going to have to think.
What is it with you lot? Why can't everyone's moaning about it behind the scenes? Why can't you just say it publicly so people are more aware of it?
Well, you see, it's because it's someone who I have a lot of personal drama with.
Do you know what? Why don't we just sprinkle some fucking sugar on it and just say, hey, blow it up more? Who is it?
I'm not going to answer it, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'll tell you in private afterwards.
Well, that's no fun, is it?
Well, this is something that will add a lot of upset into my life for a long period of time, which I don't want.
Well, I'll sort him out, no problem. I've got a team.
I don't think you would be able to.
Why? Just because I'm gay?
Yes. No.
Probably.
No. I'll give you all the information. I'll tell these boys afterwards, happily.
Do you know what? I've not got one controversial answer out of any of you lot. Do you all walk in, give it the big one, like, yeah, look at me, I know exactly what I'm on about. I ask you one quick fire question, like, oh, I don't know if I can because it's so much drama. What do I do? No.
It's because the answer may leave me open to a legal battle, which I don't want to go into.
Oh, my God, get a grip. What are they going to do? Take you to court? The jury is sat there with two meatheads being like,
no,
why are we
but
here?
if I publicly say somebody is bad at their job due to these reasons from what I know, that leaves me open to slander.
Right, okay. So instead of that, then I'll twist the question because I always pride myself in the turn of phrase. What are the worst coaching practices you have come across?
So the worst coaching practices I have come across, and I still come across these very regularly, is you'll have coaches treating every client exactly the same, whether that be on a nutritional standpoint, on a training standpoint, or on a
Simplify it for me.
So, for example, I knew a coach who had his missus on the same program as his female figure client who was competitive, whereas his girlfriend was not, and they had the exact same diet and the exact same nutrition and the exact same setup of PDs.
Right.
Which makes zero sense. And then when you looked into it more, he had about 15 different people on the exact same program, and he charges an extortionate amount.
How much?
Like between $250 and $350 a month.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Is he worth it?
Absolutely not.
No, I didn't think he is. What's his Instagram?
I can't tell you that right now.
No, that's
good, isn't he?
that's a dying shame.
I'll text you it. How about that?
Do you know what? Don't bother because it's not on the podcast. I don't care anymore.
I hope
no,
it's
I do
not on the
actually. Give it
podcast.
to me after.
I will.
Also, this really does resonate with you. Why do you think so many athletes think a pro card will magically change their life?
I think because the glamorizing of it, like even down to simple things as there'll be so many videos out there of people winning a pro card, and it's one of them videos where it's like my whole dreams have come true. And I think for a lot of people, when they first establish that goal of a pro card, it's so early into their bodybuilding career, they don't realize what it actually requires, but also what it actually gives. And what it actually gives is virtually nothing. It just gives you a pro card and a status, which if you don't do something like efficiently with that, will lead nowhere.
And do you think there are some people out there now who have turned pro that don't deserve it?
Yeah.
Who?
This is a very big question.
No, that
isn't
one
it?
is just a matter of opinion. You're not slating.
Well, this answer I gave was less more me looking at someone and going, how the fuck did they get a pro card? And more so me just seeing like, announcement pro card winners. And I look at them, I'm like, well, they're, in my opinion, behind me in my physique.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Contextualize that with a name or?
It's not even me trying to avoid the question now. It's more so me just like ending my season after failing 3 to 4 pro qualifiers and then seeing a show.
Fail to succeed.
Fail to succeed, yes, of course, is the best way of life. But then like seeing maybe a turnout for a pro qualifier 2 weeks later and thinking I could have won that. You know what I mean? But this is when bodybuilding becomes very strange because people who have pro-worthy physiques will leave a show without a pro card, and then people who also maybe don't have a pro-worthy physique will leave a show with a pro card, because at the end of the day, the people who get the pro card is not the people with the pro-worthy physique. It's the people who show up to the pro qualifiers with the best physique on the day, which could be pro-worthy or not.
You'd be a great politician, you would, fucking avoiding the answer, but giving me a very clever answer at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Hire me.
He's like part of the Labour Party.
I'm actually Conservative.
Are you?
I don't vote. I lied.
You don't vote?
I don't vote.
I don't bother either, but my whole village does, and they love it.
There really is no point in voting.
The polling station, then they have a party after. I'm like, what on earth for?
Can I go to the party?
No.
Well, then I'm not interested in voting.
They would literally all be frightened for their life. They were all like coffin dodgers. It's like coffin dodger city down there, all waiting to die
Really?
peacefully.
I'm also waiting to die.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. Do you think right? Okay, so we've spoken about that. Do you think the industry protects incompetent coaches, or does it enable them?
I think with it being an entirely unregulated industry, in the sense that you need zero qualifications to be an online coach, you can pretty much put it in your Instagram bio, get a few people to let you, write them a diet, and then you're an online coach. I think it certainly leaves people open to the dangers of what can happen if you put your trust in someone who doesn't know what they're doing. Like, for example, I spoke to a young man in the gym a few weeks ago, whom I will not name, George. However, he told me he was on a TRT dosage of 400.
And how old was he?
He was like 23. And he told me he was on a TRT dosage of 400 milligrams of testosterone.
400?
400, which...
That is superhuman level, isn't it?
Superhuman level. People run blasts at far lower than this. In fact, he was put on his first blast at 800 milligrams of testosterone.
I bet he's like the man that had 800 kids wanting to go around and be like, yeah, let's just spread my DNA.
He has resulted in a lot of side effects, which
are
hair loss, acne, loss of appetite, like plethora of things.
Plethora,
however you want to say it.
You're right, love.
Thank you. Which he's now come to me, and I'm now helping him with them issues.
Oh, well done, Haydon.
I'm
doing
a good
God's
boy.
work there, aren't you?
I'm doing God's work. I
are.
am Jesus Christ Almighty.
But one last question. What are your thoughts on the business mentoring landscape for coaches?
It's...
And if you fancy, why not drop a name in the hat?
I can drop multiple names here. So I used to work with a business mentor.
Finally goes for it.
Well, this is not even a controversial thing. I used to work with a business mentor.
Who?
His name was Mike. It was business and banter, or business and...
Mike what?
I'll have to find his last name.
Okay, we've got half an answer. Brilliant.
We'll go with Mike for now. Mike was fantastic, actually. This was
Well done, Mike.
In my opinion, one of the great ones. He helped me a hell of a lot with marketing. He is the entire reason why my content is where it is now. And he did help me learn the ability to structure my life within a coaching scene as a self-employed person who had no organization before. He was a great mentor.
However,
I believe I got to a point where he was no longer helping me, because I got to the point where my ability to market was fantastic, but I believe my ability to market exceeded my knowledge within coaching. So I needed somebody who could improve my knowledge within coaching. And in my opinion, I was ahead of Mike in coaching knowledge.
Do you not find the marketing element of coaching really tacky?
In what sense?
I've got 2 spaces left. Join my team.
Oh yeah, it's all
Revolutionize
bollocks.
your life.
It's all bollocks. I have 5 spaces available. Join now or forever pay 50% more, and it's all lies. Obviously people will cap their coaching at a certain point, but everyone's saying they've got 5 spaces left. Likely doesn't have 5 spaces left. They just want to grab people quickly. And I think 95% of business mentors are a load of bollocks, in the sense that their entire direction and their tactics come from just spamming messages out there and cold calling and trying to enforce sales within a call.
Who's the worst one?
I mean, there's so many. It's hard.
Who's the worst culprit now?
I'd have to pull up my Instagram and go through business mentors.
I think you already know the names, don't you?
I don't. You think
I'll go for it then. Charlie Johnson, what's your thoughts on him?
I've never heard the name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about the trainer's coach?
I have seen a lot of him recently, actually. I don't know. I've never had a conversation with him.
Yeah.
I have seen that he puts out a lot of results.
Doesn't he just?
Whether or not they're true, I could never tell you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just anecdotally within myself, over for example, when I was working with Mike, and this is nothing negative towards Mike, there was a 3-month period where I was gaining clients, but every client that I was gaining was through word of mouth. And
do you think that's ethical though? I just don't really understand what the point of business coaching is. Obviously, it's a money-making machine.
Yeah, of course.
But where the hell does the client come into it? I've signed 15 clients this month. I've made 15 grand. I'm like, great. Yeah. You're earning more than a doctor, love.
Honestly, it does sound wild, because some people will have... I seen actually somebody through that coach's trainer who said they signed up 60 clients within a month, and I'm like,
I know. I'm like,
how can you have time to actually set up independently clients?
He was quite young as well, wasn't he?
He seemed young, yeah. Again, I couldn't tell you a name or an age, but if you are setting up 60 clients in 1 month, that's like you're setting up 2 people a day. Like it takes me between 3 to 4 days to set up one person, because I'm doing it from scratch. And then on the swing side of that, where do they have time to even look after the clients they already have? Like if I see my coach was signing up 2 people a day for the entire month, I'd be concerned at what energy and time he had available for me. Really.
Well, they've obviously got a knack down to a system, haven't they?
They've either got a knack down to the system, or they're smashing like ChatGPT, or they've got multiple people working for them. One of the few things, probably.
And what's your honest opinion now? Last question of the entire episode. What do you think is going to happen to bodybuilding now with the use of weight loss drugs I'm well aware of, and everything else coming to the forefront, peptides a lot? What on earth is going to happen?
I mean, it's probably going to continue leveling up and up and up and up and up and up.
Just
and up.
like you.
Like me. Obviously it began way years back with PDs, and then obviously slowly over the time other hormones came in, and then you will see things like SOMs come in, and then things like peptides are coming in, and now things like Retta and Manjaro and Ozempic are coming in, and we'll probably end up landing in a spot where there will be a drug for absolutely everything.
Fantastic.
And then probably give it 15 years and there will be just a machine which will just laser remove all the fat of you, and then that will be bodybuilding. Yes.
Thank you so much for
so welcome.
That very colourful chat.
So colourful.
I've learned more today than I probably ever have in bodybuilding.
I hope so. It will just cost £20 for the seminar.
Yeah, you can do one, all right? Thank you very much.
No welcome.
But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, listening, and like, subscribe, and comment for more. And I can't tell you, each episode is getting better and better, obviously with me in it as well. And I do think we are on to a winner with this series, with the likes of Haydon stretching his body, and Calgony IFBB Pro, which you will be soon as well, I'm hoping.
I hope so.
You've made this promise now, and you cannot let me down.
I won't let you down, mate.
You can't let the viewers down as well.
I won't let anyone down.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there with you guys, and tune in to next week's episode.
Ciao.
That was what I was visualizing.